ice cold, locked in, solid as a rock in many regards, solid as a block of ice, I guess is where I should have gone with that based on this illusion I'm making. It's Rhett Lowder, a right-hander from Wake, from the pitching lab. Insane command, average to above average pitches. We saw him make his debut. Reese, what is the outlook for Rhett Lowder?
Rhett Lowder is one of the safer arms that was from his draft class. Like outside of, Paul Skeens it turned out to be one of the best pitchers in baseball. Although if I remember correctly, Rhett Lowder outdueled him at one point, right? Like, not that that
He
really
did.
means anything, but like Rhett Lowder was electric for that College World Series team. Rhett Lowder is on the 40 man. He made his debut, like you said, 30 innings of Major League Ball. Like we're talking about like just a really good, solid, like we talked about him at the draft time, like he's viewed as the most safe arm in his draft class, right? Like people were like, this is going to be a back end at the very worst mid-rotation starter. And I think Rhett Lowder has continued to prove that he is that. It's a good changeup. It's a good slider. It's a good fastball. Wake did a really good job of optimizing him. Now, the only thing with Wake Forest arms, and we'll talk about another one here in a second, they do tend to get the most out of their pitchers, which means that pro teams have started to be like, well, they've already optimized him, so there's not much left to go. But with Rhett Lowder, he was what he was. He is what we were promised. Rhett Lowder is just, it's a good fastball, like I said. He mixes and matches them well. I think he can use all three pitches to both righties and lefties. I think Rhett Lowder is a very safe, prospect, and he's going to graduate pretty quickly. I think that he has a chance to be the number 5 starter for this team and kind of just be a consistent, quality arm for the Reds going forward.
What a crybaby thing to say, and I don't mean to dig on any team, but oh my gosh, they're already optimized. What do we do? Oh my gosh, somebody did your job for you. Celebrate. Come on. Rhett Lowder's the kind of guy you celebrate to have. Like we said, it's double plus command. Knows how to operate. It's insane command, as I said. But I mean, Reese, do you consider any of these pitches to be? They're certainly not elite.
No, I don't view any of them as being anything more than above average, but the command allows all of these pitches to play up. I mean, we're talking about a guy, I know it's such a short sample size, but he was worth almost a win in 30 innings. He was really, really good, and he showed that he was able to mix and match all 3 pitches against the best hitters in the world. Rhett Lowder he's just kind of a dude. He's going to be a good number 3 starter for a playoff rotation for multiple years in his career.
Very old school approach, obviously, as we said. I know that we've talked about guys kind of being, I hate, again, comparing people to Hall of Famers, but I mean, Greg Maddux adjacent. He may not be the professor, but Rhett Lowder might be the associate professor. He may be the graduate assistant. I really believe that kind of path to success is something Lowder could operate with because, like you said, none of these pitches are stellar, but it is the command that plays them up. It is that kind of, again, the rising tide lifting all of the ships. And the ships here being Rhett Lowder's pitches, the slider, great, the changeup, great. And while the fastball can touch 97, lives in kind of that low mid 90s area, again, it is optimized. And I've got to give credit to Matt, again, in the scouting report, because Matt said it. He stays out of fastball heavy counts so that he can use his primary pitches and locate them where he needs them and get people off the plate and out of his path. I really agree with you that this is a mid-rotation dude for the future at worst. I think, I'll tell you, man, I think on a third division team, he's the number 1. Second division team, he's a number 2. But with the Reds having guys like Hunter Green and Nick Lodolo ahead of him, and another gentleman we're going to talk about, if Lowder is a number 4, man, what an embarrassment of riches for the Reds, right?
Right, and another thing too, elite head of hair.